Is Gon a Dark Continent Calamity, or at least from the Dark Continent? Let's talk about it. Now, before we get started, a huge shout out to Nitro for the inspiration today. Thank you for the support, man. So why is this a question? Well, first of all, just look at the kid when he transforms. This certainly looks demonic and Dark Continent-esque. But beyond that, I would say there's two primary reasons why there are a lot of theories in this realm. And the first is because we don't know what Gon's true parentage is, right? His mother has been a mystery from the beginning of the manga. Maybe she's from the Dark Continent. Maybe she's a super powerful hunter. Maybe she's a greed island card, right? There's a bunch of theories out there, but where there's smoke, there's usually fire. So there's probably some sort of reveal tied to his mother. Then beyond that, this is the MC of our shonen, right? In almost every shonen, there is some like deep hidden connective tissue concerning the main character that ties them to some larger aspect of the world, right? And, you know, our examples could go on infinitely here, so I'm sure you guys know what I mean, but we will also specifically reference the MC of Togashi's previous manga, YuYu Hakusho, and perhaps draw some parallels there, but more on that in a minute. All right, so in addition to the meta reasons, like the mystery of his mother and the fact that he's our MC, what other ties does Gon have to the Dark Continent in universe? And first and foremost, it's his power level, right? Again, this 14-year-old kid performs a transformation that rivals the greatest power we've seen in this series. And yeah, we could chalk that up to he's the MC. Of course he's going to do that. But Togashi is the type of writer that has usually an explanation for things. He doesn't usually just pull out a bunch of ass pulls, right? And Pito even exclaims that this strength can rival the king. His fangs may reach the king. Pito was worried that Gon had the potential to kill Meruem. Meruem, the arguably strongest entity we have ever seen in this series. How is this kid capable of even coming close to matching that power, even if he was trading all of his future potential to get there? Like, even Netero, one of the strongest people we've ever seen as well, could barely land a scratch on Meruem. The three greatest showcases of power in this series are Alluka's wishes, Meruem's strength, and Gon's transformation. Dark Continent origin, Dark Continent origin, Dark Continent origin? Beyond that, Gon's family lineage has direct ties to the Dark Continent. Yes, his father is obsessed with making his way there right now and presumably has never been there before, but at least Dawn Freaks has certainly been there before and is currently there, at least to the best of our knowledge, and he's been there for 300 plus years, right? So what has this man gotten into and perhaps cursed his family line with? Because we know that every human voyage to the Dark Continent is forced to bring back a calamity with them. Because there have been almost 150 documented voyages to the Dark Continent, and of those, only 5 resulted in survivors, meaning people returned. And when they returned, they brought back with them one of the 5 great threats. And I here is the one that is currently possessing Alluka Zoldyck. So could there be something similar possessing Gon right now, a calamity from an undocumented trip to the Dark Continent that we're not even aware of, right? Because there's been at least 3 undocumented trips that we know the existence of. Isaac Netero went to the Dark Continent twice, and Dawn Freaks is currently on the Dark Continent. In any case, I think it's possible that Gon could have some connection to the Dark Continent. I mean, the puzzle pieces are certainly there, but I don't think we have enough yet to draw any hard conclusions. But like Nitro said, there is some things we can look at in Togashi's previous manga that could maybe shed some clues on what his plans are for Gon. So before we do that, I want to give some spoiler warnings for YuYu Hakusho. So if you haven't seen it, or if you just don't care, you've been warned. Alright, so the really short version of this is Yusuke, our main character, ends up having demonic ancestors and demon blood, which unlocks a demonic transformation for him. And demons, at least at the start of the story, are like purely an antagonistic force, right? So Yusuke unlocks this and then travels to the demon world. The parallel would be Gon unlocking this demonic, not in the same way, transformation, and then now the story is headed to the Dark Continent, where maybe we'll find out more about like the origins of that, right? If there are some secret origins of that. Because even in Yu Yu Hakusho, the like specific element that took place that allowed this was that Yusuke had a demon ancestor like far in his past. So there could be a parallel between Gon and Dawn Freaks, who is one of his great ancestors, right? And there's specifically even like a DNA like sequence here that allowed all of this, that specifically skipped several generations until it found a host suitable enough and strong enough to like withstand it. So that could also be a parallel to why, you know, maybe Gon is this Dark Continent curse and it wasn't Gene Freaks, his father, right? Even though Gene is an absolute freak, we know that, but Gon maybe, as our MC, is the chosen one. So it could be something super, similar to what Togashi has done before. So I certainly think the blueprint's there, but almost because that exact blueprint is there, I would wonder if this would be something Togashi would do again. So to circle all the way back around here, is Gon from the Dark Continent? Is he a Dark Continent Calamity? Maybe. I think it's possible. I think there's probably going to be something special about Gon because, again, he's the MC. There typically is something like that. And to reference Nitro's question, I'm not going to be mad if he is from the Dark Continent or anything like that. I just think it would almost be a cool subversion of the typical tropes if there was nothing special about Gon. But I think there clearly is, and it's just a matter of, like, what flavor that's going to take. But I would love to hear y'all's thoughts on this and any other crazy Gon theories you might have. Personally, I really like the Greed Island theory with the card. I think that's just fun. It would be like an interesting way, not necessarily a subversion of the trope, but an interesting way to be like, oh, you know, the mysterious mother. Well, it turns out there is no mother. So that would be cool, in my opinion. But maybe I'll make a video on that for those of you that aren't aware of that one. But yeah, hit me with all of y'all's theories. Nitro, again, thank you so much for the support, and I'll see y'all soon.